Why don't we take action? While eating earlier, I started to think about all the things I'm going to accomplish in my life. All these things will require performing one task after the next. There's no secret to this, very simple. But then I thought, if it's so simple, then why is it so difficult? You may have heard the notion that human behavior is driven by the avoidance of pain and the pursuit of pleasure. I once took this to be true, but could it be even more basic than that? Think about all the menial tasks you have to perform in your day-to-day. You may dislike your commute to your job, getting groceries, doing the dishes, doing laundry, or maybe it's taking out the trash. These clearly aren't pleasurable tasks, so why perform them? Is it to avoid the dirty dishes piling up, or losing your job for not making that commute, or maybe not having any clean clothes to wear? Maybe, but I don't know if I completely agree with that. Let's analyze. Let's say the idea comes up that you want to be, say, an astronaut, right? And immediately, as the thought comes up, another thought comes up. Whatever that thought is your first battle. Maybe that thought is, there's no way I can do that. And then you want to ask, well, why not? And then maybe your thought is, because it probably takes 20 years of training. And you ask, do you know this for sure? Your answer is likely going to be no. What you're really saying is, I'm not sure that it will be pleasurable to pursue that. I believe that it's not simply pleasure and pain, but instead pleasurable, not pleasurable, and pain. I believe we pursue pleasure, period. When we avoid something, it's not necessarily because it's painful, but because it's not pleasurable. Think back to those menial tasks we referred to earlier. Would you consider them painful? Probably not. I think the reason we take action is based on two factors primarily. Is the end result worth the non-pleasure or the pain? And how probable is it that I'll get the end result? I think the first reason is pretty self-explanatory, but for the second one, meaning how probable it is, you may be wondering, how does that play a role? Okay, let's say you hate cold showers, right? Let's say you can't stand cold showers, you like the warmth. That's something you'd never do on a normal basis. But let's say somebody comes up to you and they guarantee you $1.5 million. All you have to do is take a cold shower every day for 30 days straight. Do you think you'd take action now? How disciplined do you think you'd become? See, the waning in our discipline isn't necessarily because we're not disciplined. It's because we stop believing that the end result will likely happen to us. That, or you now realize that the pleasure of the end result is not worth the non-pleasure or the pain that you have to endure to get there. Now, I've not performed any studies. I'm not an accredited scientist or anything of that degree. This is all just based off my own observations of my behaviors and the behaviors of those around me. You can take it or leave it, right? It makes sense to me, and I just thought I'd share. So the next time I feel lazy or lack the follow through, I can properly assess myself and ask, is it because I believe that there's a low probability of the thing that I want happening, or have I discovered that the non-pleasure or the pain is no longer worth the pleasure of the thing I want? Hopefully this was helpful. I will continue to make more videos about self-discoveries that I've made within my life, and maybe it can help somebody else. Maybe you're going through the same thing. So hit the like button, share if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one.